What's up everybody? Sean here with another Live to Roll video. So since everybody's at home and quarantined for the whole coronavirus thing right now, we're all supposed to be keeping our social distance and stuff at home. And also I've been getting contacted recently a lot about people that have been using my transfer and have learned the transfer, and it's led to them having much more independent lives, like driving and different things like that. So I just wanted to show my transfer one more time. And I'm going to show how I get into a lower couch and am able to get back up into my chair from a lower surface using no triceps and having limited arm function. So since everybody does have the extra time right now, I figured it's a great time for you to work out a little bit and maybe work on the transfer. If you're at home, it's a great time. Transfer, you can do it over and over. If you have family around, you know, they can help you supervise and help you with your first ones, and then hopefully you can slowly get to the point where you're independently doing it, and they're just there to watch. And so once we're able to go out back into public, you'll be able to go use it and transfer into all kinds of different stuff. So this is basically the technique. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up, and I want to get one wheel as close as I can, and also my front caster as close as I can to the surface I'm transferring to. So that's basically putting the front of my cushion as close as I possibly can. So I'm basically trying to get this cushion part as close as I can to the couch that I'm transferring to. So let's move away some of these fancy pillows here. As you can see, I do have a lot of spasticity. So if people I know a lot of people say that they can't do stuff because they have bad spasms. That's not necessarily true. Sometimes you just got to fight through them a little bit. So that's the first thing I do, is I just want to let my feet down to the floor, get nice and level. Now, I don't use both hands to transfer. I use, and my lead arm is going to be on my elbow. So I'm going to actually lean on my elbow, and I'm going to stick my hand under my legs and try to reach across to this left leg, so I'm all the way through it, like that. So now once I have my arm through here, I'm just basically leaning forward into the cushion, and I'm going to scoot my butt forward a little bit. And when I scoot, I'm pushing and leaning forward at the same time. So I'm kind of doing a body motion. Just doing little scoots. You don't have to be strong at all. Now once I get towards the edge, I go for one big hop off. And now once I'm down in the couch, I'm still using the same method. I'm basically leaning into this shoulder to pivot on the elbow. So I'm leaning into the elbow while I push with my back arm. Now once I get pretty into position down here, I can unlock and move the chair a little bit now. And also you'll notice I'm keeping one hand on the chair, and that's just for balance and stability, because I don't have core stability. I don't have a lot of the core muscles. So now I can move that a little bit, and using the armrest to kind of balance. But that's pretty much it. So now I can, if I wanted just to sit and hang out on the couch for a while, I could relax and watch some TV or whatever I needed to do. So now to get back out of the couch, I'm going to be doing the same thing, but to get set up here, I'm leaning forward. And basically, like I said, without having core muscles and stability, I'm always leaning on something. So like right now, I'm leaning on my elbow while I'm balancing, and then I'm grabbing over on the armrest to balance while I pull here. So I'm basically always using a third point of stability, something besides my legs that are down. I always need to have one of my arms grabbing something to keep myself stable. So now we get the chair in here, bring it in and lock both sides. Now what I'm going to do is lean on it with my elbow and do the scoot using pushing with this, and then also with just doing a little bit of a lift. I'm pushing down with my shoulder and lifting with this arm at the same time. And then the other thing I do for getting out, I always put my foot on the foot plate that I'm going to, just because it gives me a little more leverage. But having my foot elevated gives me a little more leverage in the transfer. It doesn't make it so I'm dragging my legs up. It actually kind of springs me up using my knee. So now once I'm kind of here, this is where I'm set up to start transferring, or to really go for the lift up. So what I want to do is the same thing. I reach my lead arm, whichever arm, the direction I'm going in. I reach it under both legs and hook it, so I have the hook on my outside of my knee here. And so now I can just pivot and push on this. But I still was able to save it. So the brake, my leg actually hooked the brake. That was a pretty bad one, but it shows you I was able to save it. And the way I was able to save it was because I had my elbow still supporting my body up here, and just enough of my butt cheek on a part of the cushion. So I was able to salvage that. And that's showing you going up about 8 inches with no triceps and very limited arm function. So it really shows you that the technique of the transfer goes a long way and really is beneficial. So now once I'm safely back in the chair, I just gotta, just get readjusted again, get comfortable, and I will be ready to go. But once again, my spasms are just really, really strong. And so if you think that you can't do something because your spasms are too strong, there's ways to figure around it. I actually don't take any spasm medications. I just do stretching and breathing exercises and stuff. But some people do need to do a little bit more than that. But it does actually help a lot just with stretching and breathing exercises. So like right now, what I try to do is slow my breathing and just slow my entire body down, and that does kind of settle everything down. So that's pretty much it for the transfer, guys. That's how I get from a lower surface back into the high surface. That wasn't the cleanest transfer, but that's probably better to show because it does show you real life scenario where something might not go correctly. It might not go 100% right. And it shows you that you can still correct it and still fix it if you need to. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button, click the like, any comments, questions down below. And like always, guys, live to roll. Let's get a fist bump.